someone that I once knew, in one way or another, they just don't exist anymore. What can you even do with that feeling? A lot of my lyrics are kind of vague. A lot of times it's actually not even so much about like the who, but what is being felt. Creating music, when you have these feelings, it's like a time capsule of your mindset at the time. I do want people to kind of attach themselves to the music. This is what affected me, and maybe it'll affect you too. Early on, like that was like our mantra. We just want to make people feel something.
I'm nothing, I'm no one, I'm not myself. You always knew what to say. A windshield, a postcard, a signature. You always knew what to say.
We're Arturo. We're from somewhere very far away. We're just gonna play a couple of songs, but before we do, we're gonna take roll. So I'm gonna call out everyone's name, and you're gonna read it. That was a weak joke, but like
My name is Arturo, but I go by Archie.
Well, what about this one? Whoa, that's fun.
I am from Moreno Valley, California. I'm originally from Ventura County until I was 16, but it's been 10 years now me living in Moreno Valley, so now I would say I'm from the Inland Empire. I feel like I had like a lot of independence growing up, especially being like a middle child and stuff. Especially in Camarillo back then, it was like super safe. You know, I could just ride my bike or walk 3 miles across town. Both of my parents worked. We were always told the same mantra: don't open the door, don't answer the phone. Being left to your own devices. I feel like a lot of kids, especially like working class kids, can like relate to that. I remember my brother had this acoustic guitar that my parents got him from a yard sale. He never learned how to play, and I was like, well, I always want to learn how to play guitar, so I kind of started teaching myself. This was like 2014. This is around the time when we were starting to get forced out of Camarillo because it was expensive. And we were like living in a family friend's house, and I was just like embarrassed of the whole thing. We were like living in the garage, you know, and like I was like, I don't know, I didn't want to see anybody, and I like wasn't doing my homework. I was like just learning how to play guitar and teaching myself from YouTube videos, and I was always playing around with the idea of starting a band. The first show I ever played was called Camchella. They had put like a sign by the band room door. We had a group chat with a bunch of our friends in band. I was like, who's down to start a band? I found this bass guitar on Craigslist for $40. Anyone want in? My friend Aaron. He was like, yeah, I'm down. And this other kid who plays drums. We practiced in his garage, and we're like, let's learn one song right now. Then we'll sign up for Camchella. It was cool. It was, you know, this makeshift venue. I had to maybe be like 50, maybe 60 people. Felt like a million, you know? I brought my cables and like my one pedal and my harmonica in this 99-cent store plastic bag. We didn't even bring any amps or anything. We didn't know you had to. Yeah, they had the drums and the amps all set up. It was like very like kiddies first show. It felt natural to go up there. I remember feeling like a rock star. The internal theater, you know, is the album and stuff. Look, they made it into a real thing. And it's kind of like, you know, like inner conflict, right? And then like the performances you feel like you have to put on for yourself and for other people. You know, being at war with yourself with all that sort of thing.
Can't see it, but this is the internal theater. Multiple on vinyl. This is our van too. It reached a point, you know. It's literally gonna be our home away from home because like we live in there, we sleep in there, all that good stuff, you know. So it's like, it's wild that we even get to do it, you know. It's wild to think that like us playing music got us this van, is getting us this vinyl, all this stuff. I don't know. It's just wild. It's surreal, really.
Well, we probably play like 40 minutes, and then we have like maybe like an hour or so to get to the next show. But they're probably gonna be like 30, 40 minute sets. I think we can
I think it'll be fine, dude. I work at a Costco and I'm totally quitting so I can go on this tour and stuff. No, I'm not trying to do warehouse stuff forever. I'm literally trying to do this forever. I'd rather be sweating, getting bloodshed and tears, you know, and this stuff than, you know, anything else in some corporation.
I did not want to move out here to Moreno Valley. The weather was just like different, like it's fucking hot, and there's no trees. I felt like I was on a different planet.
Back home, at least it used to be.
Me moving away and having that band, I felt kind of like isolated. I was like, well, I'll just make whatever I have over here start happening. I'm already writing these songs, and I released my little debut acoustic album, and I would play the art gallery around here. I knew this kid, Pedro, who was in marching band, and so I asked him to play drums for me. And he's like, I don't know how to play the kit. And I was like, well, neither do I, but my mom bought me this kit, so like we could learn. And then we totally did. We learned how to play drums together. And then we would play the art walks, or we would play like at the mall in Temecula, just waste our time playing stupid stuff. I already knew Juan from another class that I had. I saw he played guitar, and like I would invite him to jam at my house. I remember my verbiage back then. Pedro's helping me with this. You want to help me with some guitar over here? Because it was supposed to be the solo project. And I felt connected to those two. And I really felt this overwhelming sense of camaraderie with them. People were referring to the whole thing as a band. And I'm like, you know what? Yeah, it's a band.
I'm Archie, and I'm 18 years old.
And I'm Pedro, and I'm also 18 years old.
My name is Diego Jacuinde. I'm 18 years old.
I just want to mention your friend Juan.
Oh yeah.
Because he was our guitarist before Diego over here joined. Couldn't do it anymore because he had to work the
Amazon.
If he wasn't working, he was sleeping. I actually didn't even talk to him till after we graduated.
Diego went to high school with us. We invited him over, and he jammed with us, and then he played another art walk with us. We threw a backyard show at my house. That was the most important thing for us back then, to get a backyard show. And I would ask so many people. I have all the DMs and the emails from me begging for a show. And nobody would give it to us. Nobody wanted to give us a damn. They would just leave me on red. So I'm like, you know what? Let's just fucking do our own thing. Let's just throw it here at my house. We invited Juan to come see us. I'm like, actually, maybe you wouldn't mind playing bass. And he's like, I don't want to play fucking bass. That's just lame. Yeah, he hated it. He's like, I like to play leads. And I'm like, bass is like leads. Look, you play one string at a time. It's cool. In my mind, I was like, well, it's only fair, right? You know, like, so now that you're back, you get the fucking bass. So we got pretty lucky after that because people hit us up. It was just the one to kick us off. The scene itself was cool. There was a lot of cool bands back then. I think moving here when I was 16 really raised my class consciousness. It's really different from Camarillo, man. People opening up their backyards to let some bands play, getting dirt everywhere, getting dirt all over your gear, blowing your nose, and having it be black from all the dirt in your snot. Also a lot of jerks, but I guess that's anywhere, huh? A lot of people who were down to like make shit happen. Because you find the same people who you'll see in Fontana, or Rialto, or Moreno Valley, or Paris, or Rancho. It's like a working class, Latino-centric area. We're all coming from like the same places. I feel like us, the bands around here, we have to like work extra hard.
There's a lot of
of
good
backyard
scene.
stuff going on in the Inland Empire. Sometimes we'd play 2 backyard shows in one day, and then like the next day another one.
And honestly, like, I don't think we really, except for Diego, really even went to them before we played in the bands. Like,
It was a lot of punk and ska, and it started changing after a while. But just as far as like venues or like opportunities like that, there are like some places, like we played at Back to the Grind for a bit, little spots in like downtown Riverside, but it definitely wasn't as blooming as the backyard scene had been to us in terms of like moving us forward and giving us more opportunities.
That's one of the reasons why I feel like those backyard bands were really important for the IE. They're playing like on like Squires and like Epiphones and shitty amps. We're here in the dirt together. I always get really hyped when I have those moments of awareness. When you get the right people involved. There's like a level of chemistry involved, I think. If you're connected creatively or through like your heart. I believe that music should be shared.
keep doing this as long as I can. The rails, yeah. Like wherever we get from there, wherever, I don't care. It's okay. I'm having fucking fun.
I want people to feel something. That'll be enough for us. Because you felt something.
Look at that. Pretty slick.
Oh, that was nice.
It says earn your flowers.
Oh, that's badass.
We got the insert right here. It's got like lyrics on the back, made it look like a script. We're trying to make something happen here. Everything we've saved, we just put it right back into the band, and sometimes it feels hard to make progress when you're doing that. I'm like excited for the tour, and I'm excited for like our biggest headline show ever, like at the Fox Theater. It was hard back then, like I said, like nobody wanted to give us a show, and who gives a fuck about this band that's just starting off? We always end up leaving with me not having done something. And then lately my mind has been on money, because I'm like, everyone wants our money, man. Like everything costs fucking money, and like, so I'm like, well, hopefully we survive, we're not insolvent. I have a vision for the Fox Theater show where, we come out in masks. I'm like, I need the master of ceremonies to have a mask. I need our trumpet player to have a mask. We need to have masks. The mannequin in the lobby needs to have a mask. I want more people on the stage to confuse who's who.
Still the same crowds as before, right?
I think I'm gonna take this bad boy this time around.
Yeah? That's us at like the shrine, like the theater portion of the shrine. This is like the first time that I haven't designed everything.
Oh, hell yeah! Peanut butter pretzels?
Yeah, let's start now.
Hell yeah.
I love being on the road with my best friends. The fun shows are fun, and even the shit shows, like we got to play. I don't really get homesick. Our longest tour, we were out there for like 2.5 months. And I was like, this is better. I can go another 6 months, let's do it. I'm not super worried about the money. We try to be frugal. Sometimes the darkness gets to you when you're out there. You're in a confined space. People get sad. People get angry. Not a whole lot of privacy. You can't really go anywhere.
I was saying, let's set up the TV just right there all the time. Who's got an N64? Bitch. Look at all this fucking space.
You buckle down, I guess. Find a moment. We trust each other. We talk about it. The thoughts still get you. would deal with a lot of bullshit. Fucking getting stepped on by like other bands or like playing some bullshit shows. We've dealt with being broke. We've dealt with bad shows. You can have a bad show, it's whatever. I feel like the shared misery brought us together. I don't know if I do feel anything specific. It's more like this general feeling that I have. I'm really optimistic. I'm really hopeful. This is the year things happen.
I've always thought of music as being the closest thing that we are going to get to going back in time. We all like to just kind of take a look back.
Music to me is, I don't know, something otherworldly, something beyond us. It instills a passion, a rage, a happiness. It encapsulates everything and embodies everything.
It's like an in-between of being present and also dissociated a bit. We haven't really been able to play the same show twice, exactly as it is. And even if we get pretty close, they're one-off moments at a point in time.
When you start creating new music, it's unknown and it's scary in that sense too, but it's also like welcoming in it. There's also the joy in life of creating something new.
When I'm playing music with these guys, we're melted in one pot.
It's almost like understanding people a little bit better, getting to know them in a different way, like getting to know them as a musician.
With my music, what I'm leaving is my truth. Just being authentic and honest with the way you feel. Even if you're like telling a story, the things that you love or what impassioned me, what made me angry, what brought me sorrow and brought me joy. There's got to be some truth. When you're honest about that, that's something that people can latch onto. Ten years ago, I think if you told me like where we're at, like my mind would be blown. First, you would probably have to explain what the Fox Theater is, right? And like why it's a big deal. And then I'd be like, no way, we're headlining that. That's cool. I think at this point I probably didn't even know about backyard shows or anything like that. I think if you showed me a song that like I've written now, I'd like to think that I'd be really impressed.
Oh wow!
Yeah, we made those shirts like once. When y'all said costume, y'all like had like those kinds of clothes? I mean, you don't got it right now, but I'm saying like... I'll wear it. I'm for you. I'm fucking wear it.
Obviously we're like more mature, writing songs together and sharing ideas, our sound in general too. Things are more collaborative now than ever.
The sun is right in there. No, you guys don't get in there? Yeah. Get right in there, get right in there.
I felt really lonely. You know, the loneliest person on the planet. You know, knowing that like I had these four guys, Manny, Pedro, Juan, and Diego, that I trust them with my life, and knowing I have the success that we do. I don't know. I think I'd be over them.
Alright, can you guys do the intro again one more time?
Here's your paper.
just stay there, stand still. Until
Wait, so we're not gonna hit that note?
Yes, we are gonna hit that note. Once we're down, and then you guys start doing it. Right? Alright. Fire. I'm gonna put brackets around songs that need to like be continuous. Fire, this is the U service. Dianthus goes right into Passiflora. Drawings. And then All Quiet, Spineless, and 25 to 1 are continuous. We're not playing Red Clouds.
Yeah, I know we're not playing Red Clouds.
And then after Leave Me Alone, we do
In most aspects of my life, I feel like I'm a funny guy, except for the music.
I'm gonna say, I wanna see
The songs, the performances, it's like super serious for me. Like I play it completely straight.
with masks in the crowd right now, and I want them crowd surfed to the front.
Do you want me to do any special intro for like this?
Everybody's on stage wearing a mask, you know, everybody, and we're ready to go. And then,
You want us to come off the stage at any point?
you guys feel free to go off the stage at any point to go get water, to go take your mask off for a bit, to have a breather, because you know I realize it's gonna be a long time up there. And
In the mind to suffer with slings and arrows of outrageous worship, or to take arms against a sea of troubles.
and resurrect.
I'm hoping that more people find out about us. We get to affect more people.
This took a lot of fucking time and a lot of work, dude. I'm just signing and dating mine. I'm not gonna keep mine. I am.
Seeing like people who were there, who were interested in hearing what we had to offer. No one's gonna give you a chance. When you do get that chance, like convincing them that you're worth their time is a good feeling. Our initial instincts are usually correct. Having like a gut feeling about things, and whether that's worked out for us or like burned us out, trust in yourself.